Hello, and thank you for tuning into Building Your Blog Community for Nonprofits. My name is Amber Smith, and I will be leading your webinar today. Before we jump in, let me tell you a little bit about myself. For the last 3 years, I have worked in nonprofit communications. I'm sure I share the same sentiment with many of you when I say I found nonprofit work to be extremely rewarding. In addition to the many hats that I wear, I oversee my organization's social media outlets, and I'm also a contributor on our national blog. Lastly, I'm just a few months away from receiving a master's degree in public relations and corporate communications from Georgetown University. Again, I'm very excited to have you all join me on this important topic. So let's get started. Some may ask, why should my organization bother with a blog, or why should we invest valuable time into building an online community? There are many things that must be taken into consideration. Today, 78% of the US population is internet users, and they're spending an average of 32 hours per month surfing the net for information, including information that your organization may have to offer. According to a recent study, 81% of US online consumers say that they trust information and advice from blogs. So I say, why not blog? When marketing dollars are tight, blogging can be an affordable method to engage in a two-way dialogue and build personal connection with a growing online population, including an untapped population of potential donors, volunteers, and other supporters for your organization. The goal: grab their attention and feed their need for information. Blogs offer many unique features to communicate your organization's story and engage your audiences. Multimedia. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Blogs are a great tool to visually tell your story. You can post photos and videos of recent events, staff, and volunteers. Comments. Unlike traditional and print broadcast media, your audience can provide a direct and immediate response to the content that you publish. Commenting capabilities on your blog also boost community building by allowing your readers to discuss the subject with other readers. It makes the experience much more engaging. Share links. Share links to other websites and news sources that may relate to your mission or cause. For instance, a child care center could increase their blog influence by sharing links to news articles about recalls of children products or linking to sources about early childhood education. Those are just a few in detail, but as you can see, the list goes on. So you may be tuned in for numerous reasons. Either you're looking to kickstart a blog for your organization, maybe you want to revamp your current blog, or increase your following. So before we conclude today, I want to send you back to your organization with 4 critical focus areas to help you get started. First, I'll touch base on the importance of understanding your target audience and their interests. This is the first step into developing a successful blog, and it will help keep your blog goals focused. Secondly, we'll cover how to develop an engaging content strategy. Once you understand who you're trying to reach, you want to deliver content that will capture their attention. This will ultimately increase the likelihood that the reader will return and/or share your content. Then we'll discuss blogger outreach. This is all about establishing thought leadership and building credibility beyond your organization. Building your online presence will ultimately impact your blog's bottom line. Lastly, we'll talk about promoting your blog. Once you have established a blog strategy, you'll need to continuously promote your blog and nurture your existing community. First things first, who are you trying to reach? What are their values and needs? Answering these questions will help you understand your target audience, and it will guide the rest of your blog strategy. You want to tailor your blog for that specific audience. It will ultimately keep your content focused. Many nonprofits use blogs to engage donors. Some larger organizations use blogs to stay connected with volunteers and employees. If your desired community is current and potential donors, you may want to post information about your cause, the latest updates, impacts your group has made, any news studies or news reports that relate to your mission. Talk about why donors are important, or spotlight different donors in a feature story. There's many ways to look at this. Every nonprofit has a story to tell, and your blog is an awesome platform to share it. Once you identify your target audience, you'll need to develop a content strategy to engage them. I would strongly encourage your blog moderators or communications team to schedule a brainstorm session. The sole purpose is to draw an outline of potential blog topics and ensure you're diversifying your content. Here are a few suggestions on where to find content. Start internally. What's new? Did you recently distribute a press release? Try converting it into a short conversational post and share it with your online community. Did you recently host an event? Post a photo. Remember, a blog post doesn't have to be an essay. Oftentimes, short posts or photos with a brief caption receive the most attention. Check your local and national news sources. Make this one a daily habit. Perhaps your organization has an opinion on recent news or can offer a different angle. Commenting on a current event is always a great conversation starter. As you see here, the American Diabetes Association recently used the third-year anniversary of the Affordable Care Act to discuss their views on how the plan can have a positive impact on individuals living with diabetes. Go to your staffer. Do they have experiences they wish to share? Does someone in your organization celebrate a 5 or 10-year anniversary? Conduct an interview about their experience to highlight your organization in a positive light. MITRE, a nonprofit that manages federally funded research and development centers, is a great example. Once a month on their website, they will feature employees and their experiences. It's not only insightful, but it gives the reader a deeper feel for the organization and the difference that the employee has made. So always be on the lookout for those unique stories within your organization. Sometimes your blog may be the best place to share those experiences. If you're on a time crunch, consider posting the interview transcript as opposed to writing a summary. Also, consider featuring some of your beneficiaries. Sometimes messages are best told from those benefiting from your mission. After you develop your content and before you start posting, remember the goal is to engage. Consider your blog community your friends. Keep your language personal. It's okay to be casual. Welcome feedback and comments, ask questions, short surveys, and polls can help you scan the pulse of your readers. Let's look at Bloom, Holland's Children's Rehab Hospital's blog. It isn't very fancy, but the bloggers have created quite the following. Their bloggers are parents of special needs children, so they're able to relate and immediately identify with their readers. As you can see, the author Diane shares a very personal and emotional experience about her son who has cerebral palsy and whether or not she should encourage him to walk. The blog post unveils her heartfelt conversation with her doctor and her journey to do what's best for her son. Like this story, many posts on their blogs are emotional and inviting. Additionally, they use photos to further tell their story and questions are welcome. These are all great features of an engaging blog. In addition to publishing content on your own blog, I encourage you to explore blogger outreach. Making your organization an online resource for other bloggers may help further your organization's credibility and increase your brand awareness. You'll ultimately increase exposure for your organization. Many bloggers will link back to your website or blog, which will increase page views, number of followers, and search engine rankings. Blogger outreach is a great strategy to build influence. Unfortunately, blogger outreach is not an easy process. It takes time and persistence. The first step in any successful outreach campaign is research. Luckily, there are many free tools to help you get started. I would recommend completing a Google blog search or checking out Technorati or Alltop to find a list of influential bloggers that cover your key topics. Once you identify a few bloggers that you wish to target, you can take a few approaches. Treat them like a reporter and pitch your story. As in any pitch, you want to politely acknowledge the blogger's previous work and offer your information. Keep in mind that professional bloggers receive several pitches a day, so it may take time before one of your articles is published. Therefore, you may also want to consider taking small steps. Try commenting on their posts and interacting with your readers. Don't be afraid to share links to your organization's blog posts and other in their comment section. Just make sure it's on topic and relevant to the conversation. Another and perhaps more simple approach would be to invite guest bloggers to contribute to your blog. This strategy is a win-win for your moderator and the guest. It solves the issue of having to find and create regular content for your own blog, and it provides the guest blogger with additional exposure. Again, if this is something you will be interested in pursuing, do your research, gather a list of potential guest bloggers, and reach out to them. Like the Lymphoma Club, you can even post an announcement or create a submission page on your blog to let readers know that guest posts are welcome. You should also specify guidelines to help them keep the post focused. So by now you have your blog developed, you know your target audience, you have an outline for content, you're keeping it engaging, and you may even be tapping into blogger networks. Great. So my last point for the day is all about promotion. In order to grow your audience, you have to let people know that your blog exists. Add social media share buttons to your blog. If 5 people with 300 Facebook friends share your post with their network, your content has the potential to reach 1,500 people. That's the great thing about social media. It's viral. A recent study showed that Facebook shares had the greatest influence on Google search rankings. Be sure to tell staffers about the blog and encourage them to share it as well. Also, don't forget to add your blog links on your website, other social media pages, and in print materials. Looking at the Salvation's Army blog, you can see that they have social media buttons on every article. They also clearly identify their social media buttons on their homepage. As a recap, the key elements to building your blog's community involves identifying your target audience, developing a content strategy, keeping content personal, interactive, and engaging, exploring opportunities to connect with other bloggers, and promoting your content. Building your community takes time, commitment, and passion. If you're new to blogging, take small steps and build over time. You may want to commit to 2 posts a week and expand as you become more comfortable with your strategy. Again, thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you found the information helpful for you and your organization. If you have any questions or would like to discuss any of the topics in detail, feel free to shoot me an email and I'll be happy to schedule some time to chat with you. Have a great day, everyone.